Let's fight, folks. Let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. Smash that emoji button, folks. Welcome in the ring. Let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. Wherever you're joining us from, Craig Hunt and all the other folks on the live tonight. Pace and power. How are you folks doing? How are you all doing? Share, 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 share. Share the live, whichever page you're joining us from. Don't be stingy tonight. Share the live, good folks, and smash that emoji button. Good to have all of you in the ring. Look how many of you done pile up here. Good to have you folks. Hope your day was off to a good start, and then it, kind of went up from there, and then it leveled off, and then you're here with us tonight. Good to have each and every one of you. Big shout out to the folks in Linden that spoke to us today. They had a freak storm in Linden, folks. They had a freak storm in Linden, did a lot of damage, a lot of trauma to the folks there. How y'all doing? Let us know how y'all folks doing. Alexis Chomley, Lachman Aziz, Moses Barlow here with us. Do let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. Maxine Still is here as well, and Ahmad Samad. Good to have you here. Roxanne Aaron, Sonia Sargent. Good to have you here, Sonia, and the other folks who join us. Alistair Gill. Good to have you on the live as well. Alison, all the other wonderful folks who are here. Ingrid Crawford, Deborah Sharona Lynch is here as well. Deborah Sharona Lynch. Hetty Joseph is here with us. I see Sister Mercy and Debbie Hohenkirk. Joy Dodson is here as well. Good to have you, Joy. Whenever Joy is here, Auntie Sandra's with us too. Zoan Stewart, we see you there. Gloria Chester, we see you as well. And all the other folks joining us. Norma Jones, Robin Kendall. Forgive us, Rena Cummins. Rena dialed my phone today. I promise to call her back. I haven't had a chance as yet. I will, Rena. I will. Apologies there. The little thing, the little forgetful these days, folks. We're happy to have you all on with us tonight. Got to fight card set. Yep. We got to fight cards. Linden. Linden's a fight card tonight. Sandra Jones and Everett. As I said, we had a freak storm overnight in Linden, and some of the damage that we saw. There's little you can do really and truly to hold back Mother Nature. Little you can do, but for a country that champions climate change and so on the international stage and climate financing and all that, we're pretty slow. We're pretty slow to respond. How is it? Because things went down in Linden. That is why they were so slow to respond. Andrew Griffith, good to have you on the live. Diane Alicock, great to have you on the live as well. And Cheryl Patricia Fraser. Claudine LaRose Duqua, happy belated birthday. Claudine is a week you're celebrating, is a month. If I know you well, it's 3 months. 3 months we're celebrating. Yep. Folks, our attention tonight is turned to that freak storm in Linden. The mayor was out, the deputy mayor took me around. Thank you so much, Deputy Mayor, taking the time out your own schedule to make sure that we spoke with the residents there. I saw the regional chairman was also out. Good folks, and then them boys, full stop. Them boys, Eva, Godfrey, Iban, good to have you here. Iban Lamy, Yanet Etwa, good to have you too. Them boys. That's all I'll say. You had flood. You had similar freak storms, perhaps not to this magnitude as you'll see, folks, but you have had similar occurrences, natural occurrences. And them boys slothful. People asking for bleach. People asking for a little soap powder. They don't know who they could turn to. What's the use having? You got Prime Minister rep and, every 2 mornings they want to appear to be Linden, but when they really need it, when all hands needed on deck, nowhere to be seen. Let's start with a conversation we had with the mayor. Let's open tonight with the mayor, good folks. That's the opener. We had to sit down with the mayor a little close to when we were wrapping up. We called up with the mayor, tired, trying to get a little shade from this. Oh, it was hot today. It was hot today. We had Linden Sun Plus. We had Linden Sun Plus. We had Climate Change Sun. Linden Sun plus Climate Change Sun. As I said, we sat down with the mayor asking his impressions he was going about some of what he saw. We are on a snack break. Caught up with the mayor of Linden, the one and only, the Honorable Sharma Rahim Solomon.
Sherrod, always thanks for coming to Linden and allowing us to express the issues affecting our citizens. Last evening, the community of Linden, for the fourth time, suffered tremendous flooding as a result of what we will call intensified rainfalls, which we have started to recognize over the past several weeks. But not only the rainfalls that were intensified in terms of the amount of rainfall we suffered, but what we recognize is because of the absence of proper maintenance and management over several decades of some of the outfalls, creeks, drains, and canals. And with the many requests that were made to have these drains, creeks, and canals to be looked at, that to date, that when you have whatever amount of rainfall, significant or not, it is retained on the land and resulting in significant amount of flooding. So over the past several hours, that amount of rainfall and flooding, last evening, for example, in the alleys and the valleys, though the rain finished 5 hours after, you still had water that was on the land, which is an indication of the poor drainage network and the poor drainage system. So immediately, as we indicated 4 months ago, and we continue to engage and press the government to do, is to have them expedite the funding to fix these drains and canals and the outfalls expeditiously so that we can have some amount of relief that once it rains this afternoon or tonight, residents do not have to feel that sense of uncertainty of having floods.
Yeah. And what is, as you moved around after this week's storm, what has been some of the damage? I know there's been flooding. Some of it is gone. Now we still left some water on the land even when we passed through.
Mm-hmm.
What's all the damage you have seen?
Well, the flooding, that's the thing about Linden. So we spoke about the first thing that the council wants, which is immediate response. But not just immediate response, but the proper response that comes through the statutory agency so that we can manage the response. We've seen government responding before. It went in all manners, and we have to date still to see the figure of that response and accountability to the incompetence to some of those responses that we've had. But not only the flooding, what we've recognized in terms of flooding, it is accompanied by erosion, and it shows the ineffective infrastructure works that were done. So we have said not only that we want to have the immediate look of fixing this situation in terms of the intervention of clearing those drains, but we've also said in terms of understanding what is happening in Linden. I'll repeat this. Even today, as we were to have our finance committee meeting, we were to discuss the terms of reference to go after a consultant, which we hope to put out an expression of interest, to help us to understand the drainage network, the flow pattern, and even to prepare maps so we can understand why we are witnessing these sort of flooding. Anytime we want to make sure that we are able to say what needs to be done by those contractors and engineers with reference to them designing and building those drains. That is what the council in the medium is working on right now. But in long term, government must see that in this climate change era, in this global era of weather patterns where we are seeing frequent, intense weather, we have to ensure that long-term arrangements are made available to these councils and communities so that we can speak with residents, we can have policies. We have the LCDS. Those are resources that can be used in the long-term arrangement to help councils to start to prepare to put in place mitigating factors to help to address this matter of climate change. So the council is with a very straight and committed position that we've always maintained on the table as to what government must do to stop this matter that is flooding erosion, defective infrastructure. And what we've recognized, as you ask about the damage, what those things have resulted in would have been almost 30 homes where the roofs are either removed or badly damaged, where you have over 50 trees across several communities down because of erosion, where you have over 90 homes, especially in the alleys and the valleys, flooded because water could not come off the surface on time, or should not have been even on the surface if we had proper drainage. So those are the things we've uncovered, but we've uncovered them as a result of not ascribing government, that is, to those three principles, which would be immediate cleaning and clearing, support of government to have a consultant to understand the drainage network and flow pattern, and to also have long-term involvement of how do we prepare for change in climate within this country of ours. So damages can be mitigated, and we would not see all that I mentioned to you in terms of homes, family, and lives that were destroyed last year.
Yeah. As you go, Mr. Mayor, anything else you want to leave with us? We might never touch on.
Well, we've always said in this town of Linden that we are resilient. We have always noted that government is with a role to play in line with their constitutional obligation and in line with their commitment to Article 13 and also 2801 as a council. But wherever government hesitates to respond, as we are seeing, and we hope that they are not going to do so for much longer, then the council will take its resources, which we have started to do, and to ensure that we have government, not only when we ask for the provision of the resources to make them available, but to also ensure that the council is provided with the means to able to execute that second aspect of having the consultant available and making resources available for the long-term issues of flood mitigating matters. So as we go, I would like to say we have solutions to deal with the issues that are affecting the communities. We've aggregated those matters through extensive consultations with members across the communities, key stakeholders, engineers, technical persons. We've spoken with them. We've gotten from them what is needed to fix this matter. We have submitted that on the 10th of September. The regional chairman, who's the chair of the Disaster Preparedness Committee, sent a letter to the Prime Minister. And this is a letter as a reminder that should have been acted on since then. We had the Prime Minister and the government who chose to move to a different route that should have brought some relief on Monday. That has not been done. My position to the government here and now is that they should stop playing politics with this man and to move to immediately intervene and fix the issues that are on the desk of the Prime Minister. We should not have to be negotiating a crisis. They should be immediately responded to with emergency spending and resources, and not to be sitting across the table to be acted on. It should be acted on swiftly and with the urgency that this matter deserves.
That's some of what, apologies there, that's some of what the mayor of Linden told us. We have to swap out our mics. Apologies there. And of course, still playing politics, the government always behaving as though these acts of nature, they have no plan in place, there's no program in place, while there are committees set up to deal with these very issues. Everybody would have an appreciation that the municipality and the regions wouldn't have the kind of money to alleviate some of the suffering of the citizens that we saw. So we echo what the mayor of Linden, Sharma Rahim Solomon, said, that we need to stop playing politics, because when we play politics, it's the people who are doubly hurt. You are hurt by this vicious act of nature, and then you are hurt also by the slothfulness of an administration to bring relief when we're operating in a time as a nation where we have deep pockets. And I think it's the Minister of Public Works who said, money is not an issue. So then why are we so slothful? And citizens like this are hurting. Citizens like this.
This is 1 mile extension, and I wasn't at home when it happened, but I was just like 10 minutes away from here. But I couldn't make it. It was raining terrible, vision poor. Couldn't see nothing. So when the rain eased, I decided to make my way home. When I come, it was dark night because we went in blackout too. So I look up and see zinc missing, but I didn't know was so much zinc missing. So I got to my neighbor and call out and so and get a little help for like somebody come with me because it's me alone that's live. So when I come in, it was almost a year. I was so stressed out that I didn't even know what to do because me and nobody with me really. When I go to the kitchen, it's water. The mat in front is soaked. Everything soaked. My TV flood out. The microwave. I had food in the pot. Everybody floating. Like, I know what to do. The clothes and the chairs soak up. So I was like, I couldn't do nothing. So this morning around minutes of 5, because I had to like make up my bed in a corner, forget to sleep because I didn't want out the house. And then while I lie down, what was just dropping in my face all the time. I had to be covering up. So it was a situation whereby that I'm not accustomed to, but I see it on television and I know how it feels. But I try and rally out the morning, and then I realized all the zinc was over the neighbor.
But
And
huge portions of your roof
yep,
here missing.
yeah, a bit over the stove and down to the bathroom at the back, the zinc fly away. And I don't know if I still have a television. I don't know if I still have a microwave. Uh, One of my breakers not working because it's just over the breaker panel. The zinc fly off, so I assume the water damage the breaker because right now my fridge is not working. I can't say nothing will happen because I gotta get electrician to come in and thing it, and it's sometimes it be difficult when you don't have the finances to do certain things. So I gotta wait. Maybe tonight. I don't know what's sleeping tonight, but as you see, I'm a chair cushions and everything outside. The chair wet. The whole tub of clothes. I'm comfortable. The curtains of the house just throw my shoes. Everything was just soaked. So it's just these clothes I had on in the house. So when I bathed 5 o'clock this morning downstairs, I could have picked it up and put it on. Everything else to me just soak up.
This seems like millions of dollars in damages. You know, how do you picture moving on? How do you pick up from
It's going
this
to be hard for
devastation?
me. It's going to be hard for me because I don't really work. I now get a thing to keep an old lady, and I ain't ever look for the day, so I don't know what the family gonna say because I have to be here, and then I don't know. I don't know. I just hope and pray that tonight we don't get no rain. I know with a torn car, the water, the water company give you no water, you can't do nothing. I don't know. I just trying to not to be too get too stressed out and carbon pressure and all that. But something had to be done.
Something's got to be done.
Something had to be done. I mean, besides a natural disaster, and I don't know what the government have in place situations like this, but I desperately need help. I can't do anything.
Has anybody in authority spoke with you as yet? I mean, this
No,
happened
nobody
last night
wasn't here. Just these two young men was here this
from the
morning.
municipality.
Nobody
So
was
no
here.
government official is coming in this
No,
area as
no,
yet to have a look.
nobody is here.
Yeah, yeah. Nobody, nobody. But you see, when it's time for the photo ops, when it's time for the photo ops, you can see everybody line up. Oh, we love Linden. We love Linden. Look how much thing we do for Linden. But when it really matters, when it really counts, they're not there. Nobody prepped them in their own deliberate judgment. By the time we got there, the folks at the deputy mayor, the municipality, its representatives, don't touch them 2, 3 times. But as I've said, within the municipality, the regional council, they don't have the kind of funds that you need there. They might easily take $1 billion to rectify all those homes, numerous homes. We gotta get a 4-hour program to bring you the whole coverage of it. What we doing in this country? You heard us. I don't know. Where do I go for help? Civil Defense Commission, over to you. Over to you. I saw First Lady raising some money the other day. What is it for? I don't know. Maybe some of it could go here. Men on a mission. Over to y'all. You see, it's easy to talk the talk, Irfan Ali, but to walk the walk. I heard he talk a set of hypocritical things before the UN today. Perhaps we have some space in our program tonight to talk about some of that. But folks, in case you're now joining us, we're reflecting on this freak storm in Linden, the Mining Tongue Region 10, just last evening. We heard it was bad, and, but we didn't, know it was so bad till we got on the ground there. We didn't know. Listen to what this family told. They had some ordeal. That lady said she lived alone. She was at work. Hurried home when she heard what was happening. Had to ask some neighbors for help. Could you imagine she got to go and put down back her roof and some windows missing, the walls, everything wet in the house? Man, if you got kids in your home and you have to go through this, imagine if you got some kids by you. Take a look at what this family went through.
This is squatting area, Blueberry Hill.
Blueberry Hill
Yeah,
squatting area.
Blueberry Hill squatting area.
And our thoughts with you all for what transpired here this storm over the last 24 hours. Tell us what really transpired from your standpoint.
Well, we were at home, right? The kid was in the house, and after with all the breeze and everything, we started to come home, and then we noticed that the house fell with the kids inside. We rushed and we take them out. Well, this is where we end up with. If you notice, it's a total loss. The house fell up on the car, everything damaged. And if you watch everything. So this is like what's on fire. All we get is the everything done. So that is it basically.
How are the kids doing?
Well, they're just kind of shocked, but we getting past the stage right now because they ain't go to school because they're still in shock. But they are right.
And how do you guys intend to move forward from this? Has anybody reached out to you, an authority? Anybody come to see what's happening here? Is
well,
it? I know the municipality through the deputy mayor has been out and about.
Yeah, we had visits from Mr. Sharma Salmon and his team, but nobody from the government hasn't shown us yet. We would like for them to show up. At least we can know and see how we could come together, put we together, and see how we could move forward. Because
this is a devastation. Your house is gone for all intents and purposes.
So,
all of your things are scattered about you. We see the bed is on the coconut tree here.
Everything mash up. So we hoping that at least some representative from the government could come. At least we could put we together and see how we could move forward.
And you guys have kids here. Any thought about how you guys are gonna pass this first night after this storm last evening?
Well, right now we never know where we sleep. Right now we try to knock up a shed somewhere, at least for sleep something. If you notice in the neighborhood, you try to knock up a little shed so at least I'm trying to go sleep. So this will be there right now.
If you had to put a cost to the damage y'all have had here, how much would you estimate are your losses? I mean, your home is down.
Millions
things are soaked, some damage.
Everything, all the appliances, everything, millions of dollars. We need, if we could get some professionals, if they could come and do the assessment and they will see it, millions of dollars. For instance, this vehicle here, so it's a total loss. Yeah, so I mean, we get the insurance and them they could come and deal with it, right? But in terms of the house and everything, it's millions of dollars.
You're asking for help.
Yeah, we are seeking. We need help. We asking. We need help. We need help.
What does schooling look like going forward for the kids? I mean,
it's like I said, right? They're in a state of shock right now, and we're hoping that they could pull through as quickly as possible so that they could start out back going to school and things.
Yeah, that's some what we heard, folks. One of the refrains that we kept hearing over and over, residents saying, we're knocking up a little shack, to prevent the chairs. It's not really for them, to prevent the chairs from damaging for it. If they could salvage what they could salvage, something to put the clothes underneath. If the fridge and done spoil, we knock it up a little shack. Like, what's the use of Civil Defense Commission? If when you're in an emergency like this, some people got a tent. Yeah? In this fastest growing economy in the world, when you have natural disasters like this, you don't got a tent, nobody could lend you. You ain't got a little tent for brace you from the sun or the rain. We spoke with some folks, a heavy breeze blowing out, the rest of the roof gone. The rest of the roof gone. Could you imagine for me in my house, it would be traumatic for me if I wake up tomorrow and the house and the car. You know you got your little Betsy carrying from point A to B. Right? You got little Betsy carrying from point A to B. You wake up tomorrow morning and the house on the car, that alone would trip me. That alone. It's like, how, Father? What's next? Not only the house and the car, the house fall down, a whole section of the wall missing, the roof gone. And heading into afternoon, residents saying, well, we ain't seen nobody yet. We ain't seen nobody yet. I see a Polaris stand get knocked over. Is there again a Polaris stand? The Polaris stand ain't hit the ground yet. A minister said, look, 3 million. The Polaris stand, they hit the ground. I had a check waiting ahead. This is for you. But we keep seeing this lackadaisical, lackluster, if any response at all, from the authorities in places like Linden. People are hurt. People are suffering. On top of that, high cost of living. You got to carry the broke up carry your back now. On top of that, back now. But Linden is a place, folks, with a great community spirit and where people look out for each other. One man that we called up with, he said he didn't suffer much damage in his house, but he said he was moving around trying to help people as help was needed. As help was needed. Take a look, take a listen to what he told us.
Peace and love, brethren. We well, yesterday we had a freak storm pass, and this is a disaster that happened. And as a community member, and we always look out for one another, we come on board right away.
What time do you estimate this freak storm happened yesterday?
Like after 5, 6, it could come to the evening time, you know. But it was very much tense.
Wow, very intense.
Yeah, very intense wind.
And you on the ground here helping out the residents as a
Helping out
community
because
member.
this and there's a group member, and this is how we normally do it. We do it after we own, no? So right now, you can see, we need a lot of assistance.
What are some of the damages you've been seeing as you've been going around helping neighbors to
Yeah,
neighbor?
but they're not the only resident that been affected. If you go
Agreed.
around, you get other place, you get trees on the road, you get, you know. But this was the hardest hit, you could say. And the other brother move up the road, that get more hit. So right now we're trying to like make a makeshift shed so that we could put these furniture in before they don't get more damage. So in case the rain come again, we get a place that we could put this in. Yeah. But it's a collective effort with members and neighborhood, and we're doing this.
All right. Thank you so much for your help in all of this.
Yeah.
Has your house and family been affected in any
Not
way?
no major way, you know, little minor, but this is it. So we come from board for give assistance because the iron is really needed right there, as you can see. And this chain was in the house.
That's what we heard.
Yeah, the chain was in the house. So thank Father for not no kind of casualty, but the chain was home.
Definitely.
Chain was home when this thing happened.
Yeah. Thank you for the help you're rendering on the ground.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
This is what we here for one another.
Yeah, folks, you know, that is what right? That's what really means to be Guyanese. He just get up and he go and helping. He pick up his saw, he hammer, and he go and helping. What he help needed? He said, we just knocking up a tent here. These people got to put the things someplace. We just knocking up a tent. Right? But folks like that, they are the unsung heroes of this country. They never get a medal of service. Right? The Cassie Crown or honor or nothing like that. This is what we do. Some folks are waiting for no government come to give them no handout, you know. You better get up and get for yourself. Too many people sit down waiting for cash grant, waiting for handout. Right? I know you get a little push, you get a little help. You will take it because it's between something and nothing. But don't sit down waiting on nobody. I want is when them men in the mission come in. When them boys can touch young here now. You can stay in the rain a long time. Folks, if you're now joining us, we're reflecting on this freak storm in Linden last evening. Don't know, mega one happening right now. Mega some rain. You know, those folks who roof gone at the mercy of the elements right now. That's what some folks told us. Could you imagine? You in your toilet and then the wall come crashing down. Right? You in your bed. You open your eye. You notice the fruit tree watching you. You can pick a mango right there. Blessings of the Lord makes rich and adds no sorrow. It's now the belly house, you know, the tree. But God, you know, but Father, watching over us in this country, watching over us. What a meant for ill, you can turn into good. It's Wednesday night, I'm preaching now. Yeah, it's Wednesday night. How y'all doing? This will happen in Linden today. Here you can see it's an NCN. You can see the mala putting on. You can hear big promises being made and never fulfilled. People don't know if we're going to get a little tent. We should got some industrial tents. Those army tents. You lay a church on the ground, it open up. You got a lazy and just walk in. You know? That's between to keep the sun and the heat off, the rain off people's backs. I am certain some of them people haven't seen nobody yet. Since that freak storm happened last night. What do? You open your eye, you see the orange tree watching you. You're watching the night sky. Little rain falling on your face. That happened to one family. Yep. Tree come and meet them. Take a look.
This is 27 Andrew Alley.
Dandrew Alley.
Yeah.
And you got a whole tree fall on your house. This must have been traumatic during this freak storm last evening.
And a few zinc sheet glass.
Mm-hmm.
So all I'm trying to do last night is just stand up like
in bewilderment.
What shall I do to be safe?
Yeah. No doubt traumatized too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody with injuries here?
No injuries. It's just and the house is wet.
Yeah. And you guys are getting any help to remove this huge tree from on your house?
No. Just me and my sons and my daughter.
Uh-huh.
My husband, Barry Bassman.
Dominic Blair, Deputy Mayor.
They borrowed the
the chainsaw.
Yeah. So we try, but the trunk itself.
Mm-hmm. And you gotta be careful there too, because if you do it the wrong way,
they will. We ain't know how to help, so
more damage.
We don't know what else to do.
Mm-hmm. I can only imagine.
I don't know what else we could do.
And then too, you gotta think too about the structural damage to the building of itself.
The house itself.
Yeah.
It's years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I see.
We ain't got no other help.
Yeah, we ain't got no other help, folks. We ain't got no other help. We ain't got no other help. You see that? We get them a script, you know. You know, it's not what people say. It's not what people say so much that I read in this. Is what it didn't say. It's the silences. Right? Have you gotten to that age in your life you learn to read the silences? Right? You ever look at your spouse? Your spouse watch at you and you know the whole paragraph. No words didn't say. It's how she look up at the house. A tree leaning on the house and she said, I read the whole book. That is anguish and exasperation. People in this country beaten down and tired. Now a tree go fall in your house. You know? And she just, you're going to borrow somebody chainsaw. The chainsaw might be dull, it might be sharp. You don't know. You never operated chainsaw your whole life. But today's the day. Zing, 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 zing. Hold a big tree. huge tree. Right? They can make now a step to the roof, make a roof garden up the huge tree. Right? It's the anguish between the silences. Yeah, some people, how you doing? run out of words now. You know, you're fed up cussing. It's just silence now and actions. Whatever happened. You know, we called up with the deputy mayor, Dominic Blair, as we were talking with that very young woman. You know, thank him for his time. And what I love happening in Linden today, I saw the deputy mayor, he tending to one area, regional chairman in another part of the vineyard, the mayor of the road, all reaching out to citizens. Right? That is leadership to me. That is leadership to me. Being in touch with your constituency, listening to them, hearing from them. And then the council now, hamstrung. You got the cash. You gotta go to these jagabats now and say, look, what happened here, my yard? See it, young guys. Now it's time for bring thing. Right? We building some edifices and bridges and roads and gas to sure. I'll maybe need it. I don't know. Tree fall in a woman's house. She can lift her hands up. I don't know. Yep. Women on a mission there. But them boys just go out and clean up and so on every now and again. Right? Over to y'all. Over to y'all. Deputy Mayor of Linden, of the municipality of Linden, Dominic Blair.
Once again, Jared, I'm going to start out by saying thanks for coming to Linden. I'm on the ground since last night. The mayor, the councillors were on the ground since last night. I'm assessing the situation. On the ground, the compensation. These people need financial help. These people need more than just detergents. I heard the minister and the team is in Linden. For now, they have not engaged the National Disaster Committee. I've not even, the chairman of the committee has not even preview us with the agenda. So as of right now, we don't know what's really happening. Where's the coordination? But I'm on the ground from since last night. As you see, we went to various areas from since we Blueberry Hill. We first started now in Dandrew Hill. People need help right now. This is a disaster, Sharon. This is a disaster. Our people need it. The government said money is not the issue. These people need help today. Uh, if you notice that some of the persons, even though I heard somebody just heard this unofficial, I don't know if it's true, they're assisting in building back some of the roofs of some persons, but that is not enough to stabilize persons to get back into living conditions.
Yeah, with all the damages, clearly.
Yes.
Appliances damage, clothing, textbooks, and so on for kids and
Yes.
students.
Yes.
Clearly, as you said, not enough.
Yeah, and reports are still coming in. So we're still assessing because this report we just got from Dandriel is about approximately after one. We just got this report. Reports are still coming in. People are still affected. We cannot at this moment right now. I can't give you the definite number of persons affected because reports keep coming in. We have power outage in certain areas. Certain areas still have not got retained waters yet. We're still trying to document those information, have the relevant authorities be on the ground to bring back. I want to urge residents, I want to tell residents out there, look, stay pray. This is a situation we need to pray as a community. We have to come together as a community. And first of all, and if any other thing else, we need prayers at this moment because people are suffering. Sharadi was there. You and I were there. People cry. People are just crying. People are asking not just about food supplies. They're asking for assistance in infrastructure, assistance financially to get themselves up and running by at least by tomorrow, because persons as of now doesn't know where they're gonna sleep in the next 5 to 6 hours because roofs are still not over their head.
Yeah, you heard it there. You heard it there. What strikes me is the absence of systems that work. Right? It's the absence. If a minister don't move, nothing happens. If the mice get a call from Jack Dio, right? The train driver don't work the train. It's a total lack of just systems working independently. A machinery that kicks in, irrespective of who in government. And all you get is exasperation and bewilderment. But in that, you see our humanity shining forth, like that gentleman who just went out helping folks. You know, one woman there in Linden today was profusely thanking me for coming. She said, "You brave the highway and you come." You know, I said, "Lady, I just want to, tell the world your story." And she was just profuse in her gratitude for me coming. The lady roof missing, she whole sidewall gone, she dinette set on the water. And I said, "Father, I never seen it like this in my life. If I had woken up like that, I didn't want to talk to nobody." When I got up this morning, we were trying to get the morning show started when we realized that Rickford was spearheading that protest, rightfully so, in New York. We were trying to start the morning program. I saw the mayor call, and I saw somebody forwarded me a video last evening, and I realized something was up. And then we started talking, and it was a no-brainer to me. I got to be in Linden to bring you all the valid and credible information. This lady was in Georgetown, similarly, working in Georgetown, but her family is in Linden. You gotta go the money there. Sometimes the money don't come to meet you. You gotta go meet the money. Too many people waiting for the money come to them. She said left immediately and went home. Immediately. Mother's instinct.
I wasn't at home when the incident happened. I was at work. And when I got a call, only thing left for me to do was to rush and come to Linden. I was in Georgetown at the moment. And when I came home to this. And my kids was explaining what was happening. And
We heard your kids were trapped inside the house.
Yeah. It's only the two of them alone was home at the moment. Both of them was traumatized. But the elder one managed to get both of them safe.
Mm-hmm.
Until my cousin went and rendered assistance to them.
We're so grateful that they are safe. What are some of the damages you have now, and then how do you intend to try to recover from all of this, get back on your feet?
Well, as of now, I don't have no start of income. My entire house have to do over. I lost a few stuff. They have them children devices.
We saw the house sitting on the car.
And they get a car. Like honestly, I don't know where to begin. I honestly don't know where to start.
We're sorry for your losses here. We're so sorry. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I love talking to people. I love it. I love it. I love it. And telling their stories. And as you do this over time, you get to understand people, you get to understand their body language. And that was a short interview because I realized she too exasperated. You had to come from Georgetown and, you're walking in town, living in Linden, trying to make ends meet. You ain't getting jobs in Linden. There's 50, 60,000 jobs that they're talking about, part-time jobs and all that. Where it is? You're trying to make ends meet and you think you're turning a corner and you don't know what you don't know that this is the day the house gonna fall down and the car and the children's school clothes wet up and the books tear up and the fridge gonna stop working, the microwave gonna broke up. You don't know. And you sat back and you could see it in her whole body language. I don't know. And I don't want to prolong her agony. She's just she like the big auntie. I don't know. It's gonna be living. One more thing and we back for fetch. Along with the PPP. One more thing. This is the freak storm that happened in Linden. This young man and some of his siblings we spoke with, he said, "Mommy overseas." And I was walking down the road last night and I hear this thing happening here now. And the roof gone and look, we just trying here. Right? We walking since early this morning, have the roof on back. Right? And they walking with the clock because they might get another storm tonight. Who knows in this country? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
I went out and I get a call from my neighbor saying that two zinc come off. So, you know, I rush up to see what's going on really. When I reach up, is this one side come off. Side, everything soak wet. Everything and nothing that dry in the house when I come. It's only the clothes that I had on dry. So I go down, show my what's going on, because my mother is not around right now. Yeah. I show my father what's going on, and he say in the morning, well, we come and do something. This is why it reach back to this stage already. Because the kid thing for, like, in case more income, you want more things start damaging.
So you think it was worse than this here?
Worse, his friend, my father, and, you know, come and help sweep out, clean out, and, you know, help me pack all these things so it could dry. Bed, everything, soap, everything. Couldn't save nothing because I wasn't around. See? I went out.
So how do you guys plan on moving forward? I mean, like, from this is real devastation here, and we're so sorry for that.
Yeah, well, as you see, it's me alone. Mother's not around, so I just try my best what to do for now. And who see and know could help, I would gladly help same way. See?
Yeah. But we're hoping that the authorities are going to see this and they come and render some assistance, because if there's any place that needs help, this is Blueberry Hill, and there's a lot of damage here, you know, on your property alone. I'm certain. How much are you estimating the losses out here, the damages and so on?
Well, yeah, rough average, like, the reason, like, it costs, like, close to earn so far. Yeah, to me, 100,000.
So far, that's the kind of interventions you made to getting the roof back in order.
Yeah.
And you still got a long way to go, because you got a lot of zinc sheets still missing.
Yeah, and
from
we
the top
start,
there.
and we start from since 5 this morning. We start cleaning, moving, you know, things break up, punch bowl, yeah, different stuff. So just doing what I could do, as you know.
I hear you, my brother. Thanks for sharing this story with us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah. So sad for our brothers and sisters there in Linden. You know, as I'm listening and I am asking the questions and I'm listening, and as people talk, sometimes in my head I say, "Oh shit," you know, like, or "shock, sir." Sometimes the other S word, you know, because he's talking there. That's no, you know, the clear. There's not even zinc sheet. The clear roofing. You know, it's always natural light. Look, it looks so lovely. It's natural lighting. Is your roof missing? He said they were working. I was talking with him probably around 1, 2 o'clock. We working since 5 this morning or whatever time he got. Early this morning. In my head, I'm saying, oh, how much damage this place had? How much damage this place had? Because I thought that was the full extent of it. I was seeing, he said we working since early this. You got enough a fetch on your back now. You got a little money put down. You know? You got this a fetch on your back now. Think courts can understand the bank? Huh? Them boys are meet yet. You see any one of them pass by that's they running through here in good times? No. None of them will come yet. You know, I think the mayor said it. The deputy mayor said it. We got to stop playing politics. We got a government that talk a good talk, but see the walk? So the man who's then Linden, plenty, but he ain't really doing nothing. Right? You see, movement is not the same as progress. A lot of movements you're seeing, but progress is different. Progress needs all of us. A good night to all, except the bishop. Except the bishop. And for the closer folks, the regional chairman, we called with him on the ground as well. The closer, regional chairman, Darren Adams.
Well, now is a timely manner, thank you, Sherrod, for men on a mission to visit Linden and allocate some of the resources that we've been seeing them allocated in other parts of the country.
Much needed here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate as you go across, the community is affected. You know, you're saddened as to what you're seeing. Families have been torn apart, they're devastated. Some may want to argue that this is happening in other parts of the world. In Dubai, I think there was also a storm But we are Guyanese, and it is expected that Guyanese and the government will respond, recognizing that the information has already been provided to them as it relates to what has occurred here in Region 10. I understand that the Minister of Public Works and the Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, they have arrived in the region, they're on the ground, they have visited Retrieve. I also was in Retrieve.
Finally,
they're currently in Victory Valley, and then I hope that once they're finished there, they will come to Blueberry Hill. I think, the images will show, it speaks for itself. Words cannot express how these families are feeling. Many of them are breaking down, and I do hope that a plan is put in place, a comprehensive plan to compensate them, to assist them in this most chaotic hour. We will continue to do our work on the ground. And I want persons to know that you cannot just come here and say that contractors will be assigned to complete. We want to know also, these people, their entire lives have been disrupted.
Yeah.
Meals got to be provided.
Yeah.
And so the RDC, from the RDC level, I will be coordinating to ensure that some amount of food supply is brought to them. But we also need the support of central government, all right, to act upon the recommendations that they have on their desk. We have we've done a survey with over 200 residents. I'm hearing that the compensation package does not include appliances. And so whether or not your television set or your washing machine or your chair or your carpet got damaged, the government allegedly is saying that there will be no compensation for that. They are only focusing at this time on putting back on the roof, and that's about it. And so I do hope that it will be extended. I have seen where men on a mission would have built homes and they would have furnished it for people. This is a disaster that requires the intervention of those who control the resources of the nation. My office is open to, of course, meet with the minister of all the key players that this falls under their purview. I speak here of the Civil Defense Commission, the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority, the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development, the Ministry of Public Works, and all the others that will likely have the mandate that was given to them to respond to disaster like this one.
Mr. Chairman, you got some real needs on the ground here. No, not tomorrow. Roofs are missing, windows, walls are missing. Is relief coming fast enough? We know what has happened in the past. You'd get a sense relief is going to come fast enough. Well, just assigning a contractor.
So I can say that you know, because the flooding that occurred just after independence and the flooding that occurred just 2 weeks and the one that occurred prior to that, and even yesterday, those that occurred earlier in the year, the only thing that the residents would have received were cleaning hampers. They have not received any other support from central government, which is unfortunate. And we hope that, recognizing that this one is 10 times the blow that the previous persons who were affected received, that we can see some mechanism put in place and resources being expedited to these persons.
Yeah. Are the systems working? Are the systems? You're chairman of a
clearly
committee here.
Yeah, clearly the systems are not being allowed to work because of politics. You have the Prime Minister who goes on the radio and says to the public that the regional chairman is responsible for disaster preparedness. And so when the regional chairman engages him and writes him and documents the steps that we are concerned about and that systems should be put in place to correct those measures, the Prime Minister responds by saying, no, that's not my responsibility, and encourages me to then engage the Minister of Local Government and Regional Development. I forwarded the exact letter of the things that could the interventions that could occur swiftly. To date, we have not received a response from the Minister of Local Government and Regional Development. We have still been however, we've been in contact with the CDC, providing them updates on those who are affected. And I think they may likely be getting some cleaning supplies, but it has to go beyond cleaning supplies. We're an oil-producing nation, and we have to respond to the needs of poor people. All right? We have to respond to the needs of our poor people. One of the things I like, and that's why I'm always on the ground, is because I believe it is more than a policy when you have to How a resident, a teacher, for example, who lost everything, could not be in school today. 1 mile and the other schools had to dismiss at half day. And so it's more than just a policy, but you meet and you listen to the stories that persons are sharing with you. That is what motivates me. Coming on the ground and listening to the many stories that affect our people and hoping that it will penetrate those who are in control of the nation's purse and that they will be motivated to come and give support to these people rather than just play politics with the lives of Guyanese.
Yep. We're going to leave it there. We're going to leave it there. One Angel seems to be the person who has responsibility for Linden. He seems to be the person. So Prime Minister and local government and all this, he's there running there every 2 days. And then when it's really needed, when things he even needed, things got to start flowing. You ain't seeing nothing. So good night to all, except the Bishop. That being said, folks, that's our time this evening. We're going to see you guys right back here. We're going to see you back here in the next one. Our thoughts and prayers with the folks of Linden, all those affected. Pray for them, guys. Pray for them. We're going to leave it there. That's our time. Stay safe.